Back in 2006, I was a young, aspiring wannabe filmmaker, and I was trying to come up with an idea for a movie that I wanted to do. I really wanted to make a movie, and I felt that, now was the time to do my first project, and I was praying and really, asking the Lord for direction. And I happened to watch the 1964 adaptation of In His Steps. The movie itself wasn't all that great, but the concept and the story behind it did intrigue me. And I knew we had a copy of the book, so after I read the book through, I was blown away by just how powerful of a story it was. So I moved forward and I started writing a script, doing my own adaptation. It's a public domain book, so why not? And I just felt that this was a story that needed to be told again and in a more modern setting. So I cranked out that first draft, just finished it December 31st, 2006. And that began a very interesting journey that has been quite a ride. Fast forward to 2008, I believe it was, early 2008, and we were moving forward in pre-production. We were casting actors, we were getting crew together. We were going to be shooting on the Red camera, which was brand new at the time, and it was just like, oh wow, we're going to be the first independent Christian film to be shooting on the Red, and oh, aren't we so special? And then things started to fall apart. I was working really closely with my dad. He started having health problems. We weren't able to get all the funding we needed because our budget somehow went from something realistic to like $200,000. It was crazy. We had no realistic way of raising that. And so we scaled back, lost the Red, and when we lost the Red, we lost a lot of crew members who were only wanting to work on production with the Red. And things just fell apart really fast. And so we had to call off the production. We put things on hold, and it was a pretty depressing time for me. I kind of fell into a slump. I didn't want to have anything to do with filmmaking, and it was a really hard time where I was really questioning what the Lord was wanting me to do and why things happened the way they did. And so, God, I felt so strongly that this was what you wanted me to do. Why did it not happen? And then the Lord put into our path a very godly, wise man who had been in the industry for over 25 years, and he started to mentor me and other filmmakers at our Rocky Mountain Christian Filmmakers Camp. God used him and the experiences at the film camp to really reignite the fire and to give me that drive again. It was in 2010 that I really felt that I was properly equipped again, because looking back I realized there was no way that we could have done the movie the way we had originally planned. It was just, I did not have the experience to direct a feature-length film. I hadn't even made a short film. I just made one lousy little documentary that wasn't all that great. And so being able to look back and having gotten more training and learned more about the craft of filmmaking, I realized that the reason things fell apart then was, one, partly because of my pride, and two, I just wasn't ready, both spiritually and professionally. I didn't have the skills needed for such a large project. It would have turned out as a disaster. So then in October of 2010, I directed a short film prequel to In His Steps, which I called Ragged Edge. It told the story of Jack Manning, the homeless man at the beginning of the story, and it was kind of where I could really sink my teeth. My first time really directing and producing my own project from start to finish. Things went very well. Small crew, intense 3-day shoot, and I haven't looked back. It's been, seeing as how well Ragged Edge has done and the impact that it's had on people has been an inspiration to me to keep going. And now it's time to take another shot at In His Steps.